WNBA playoffs, making our predictions. I got my brother in the building. What up, Keo?
Yeah, X didn't want to do it. I had to get him to do it. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, stop the cap,
Nah, but
We'll tell you who our champion is, and we'll see who is right. Let's go, Keo.
first off, let's start off with before we get to the predictions. Who are your favorites to win the title? Give me like
I
two
mean,
favorites.
the two favorites. I think most people will tell you, even though they're not the one. One's the one seed, the New York Liberty, led by Stewie and Sabrina. Jacquel Jones. They're loaded. We understand that they're the number one seed for a reason. They have that hunger. They want to. They lost last year. They want to come back and try to redeem themselves. So they're definitely up there. And even though I think Minnesota, the Lynx definitely have a shot, I'm gonna say the favorite is definitely the Las Vegas Aces. Come on, man. They're the defending champs. They have the unanimous, like I told you on the phone, the unanimous MVP in Asia Wilson. They have a lot of talent on that team. Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum. They just got a whole bunch of talent. So I must say they're definitely a favorite as well. But you can't count out the Lynx. You can't count out the Sun. So we'll talk about all that in a second.
My favorites obviously is the Liberty. They've been the best team in my opinion the entire season. A lot of people like the Aces. I don't think they're the favorites. They got the best player in the WNBA,
I'm
but
glad
do
you
they
said
got?
it. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, they do. They do got the best player in the WNBA, but them playing as a team, they have been struggling though. But they are the WNBA champions for a reason. But I got the Minnesota Lynx, man. Nafisia Collier, man. She a lot of people were trying to make a case for her to win MVP, and she have the number to support it, the record to support it. But that's my mm, two favorites right now. And last but not least, your sleepers. Who is your sleeper?
Okay, my I think the scariest team that's not the one or two or even I should say like the Aces is the Connecticut Sun. I really think they can win the whole thing. And we're gonna predict in a second. You'll see how high I am on them. They added Mabry mid-season. Um, I think this team has all the ingredients to win the championship this year. And to me, people may talk about the Lynx, they may talk about the Liberty, they may talk about the Aces, maybe even the Storm to a certain extent. But I'm here to tell you the Sun can win the whole thing, and I really believe that.
Well, your sleeper ain't my sleeper, but I do. My sleeper is the team that's playing against the Sun, the Indiana Fever, man.
Oh God.
Um, I think in the first round, I'll talk about it more. I think that the Connecticut, they have the toughest matchup in the first round. I honestly feel like
Wow. Okay.
they have the toughest matchup in there. Um, because they got scores over there at Indiana outside of Caitlin Clark, and they got an inside game too. So I think they got the pieces together to knock to knock Connecticut out. So I got them as my sleeper. All
Wow.
right.
I'm dumbfounded by that. But shout out to you though, man.
Yeah, I know you. I know you hate on the Fever and
Nah,
Caitlin
nah. But
Clark.
I'll say this. I'll say this. I do want to apologize because we've been caught up with football so much. But right now, all the favorites are up 1-0 in the series. It's a best of three. You got
Hmm.
the Liberty up 1-0. The Lynx are up 1-0. The Center up 1-0, and the Aces just ended their game and they're up 1-0 versus the Storm.
All right, man. So with that being said, let's go to our predictions, and we're gonna start up with the 1 and 8 seed matchup between the Liberty and Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, look, man. Ryan Howard's a great young player, but they don't have what it takes, man. They don't have what it takes to knock off the Liberty. Liberty are just too stacked. I think this is over in a sweep.
Well, I agree with you. I think this is over in the sweep also. Atlanta, they somehow squeezed to get into the playoffs by a slim margin, and they were able to do it. But I definitely got the Liberty in this one. I think it's gonna be a sweep, and I just don't not sure what Atlanta could do to win this, and I know a lot of experts have this in the sweep also. All right, 2-7 matchup: Minnesota Lynx versus the Phoenix Mercury.
Man, it's hard for me to say this is not gonna be a sweep, even though I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna call it like I called it before the series started. Um, the Mercury have a lot of talented players. Cloud dropped 33 today. Um, but I still the Lynx won. I'm gonna say it goes 3 games, but I think the Lynx end up pulling it off in a 2-1 series.
Yeah, man. I got the Lynx in a sweep, two
Wow.
zero, man. I like Kalia Cooper. She's one of the best in the game. Brittany Griner, she's been dealing with the toe injury. I don't know how much Taurasi got left, but the Lynx, they got
I think she had 21 tonight, so that's not bad. So Tarazi. I mean, they were screaming one more year from her. Her last game of the season, like you said, Copper can ball, Grinder's good. So I mean, this is a good team. This is a good team. Cloud at 33, they can win a game. I think. I think they can win a game.
yeah, man. A lot of people talk about Collier, but Kayla McBride, man, one of the best 3-point shooters in the game. I think she has the most. Minnesota has the best defensive rating in the entire league right now, even against the 3-point shot. I just think that this team is too talented. Um, I just like the upside and potential for this team, and I just think this is it for Phoenix, man. And I got a 2-zip
Okay,
sweep.
and the Lynx did win the Commissioner's Cup earlier this year.
They did.
It's a
All
fact. It's a
right,
fact.
3-6 matchup: Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever.
I just think that the Fever, had they got a different team to play in the first round, it would have been better for them. But this is a bad matchup for the Fever. Dejanay Carrington, she's a monster defensively. You got Bonner, she's the monster defensively. You got Thomas. This is a sweet man. The Sun are not playing with these girls. That if you remember, that was the first game Caitlin Clark had, and Carrington completely shut her down. I think this is going to happen in this series as well. They won pretty handily today, and I think they're going to win this series in 2-0.
Yeah, they did lose by 24. They did lose by 24 today, which was not good at all. It's the first time they've been in the playoffs. I'm taking the Fever to win this game, man. I think the Fever will pull it off. Um, Indiana, they have the best record since the All-Star break. They have the best home record since the All-Star break. They showed that they can beat this team in the regular season. And man, if they get this game back in at Indiana, that probably might be the most watched game in playoff history, especially with the Fever it being his first time. Oh, and Caitlin Clark did finish fourth in the MVP voting also, so that was dope for her. But I think Indiana. If I had to pick a game to, if somebody would get upset, I think it would be the Connecticut Sun. I do see some holes in their game, and I think this team is very beatable, man. And I'm taking the Fever 2-1 in this series, man. 2-1.
You're on that island by yourself, my boy. Dang,
No,
you
no,
wild.
No, it's not. It's not though, man. They are people giving them a chance.
No
All right,
chance. Sweet.
4 or 5 matchup: Las Vegas Aces versus the Seattle Storm.
I think it's the playoffs now. The regular season's over with. The Aces are not playing anymore. Now it's time to show up. Asia Wilson, the Aces, they get the sweep. They're gonna sweep the Storm. Even though I like the Storm, Skylar Diggins Smith, Jewel Lloyd, they can play for sure. They can definitely get one. I just think that the Aces, this is what they were waiting for. They weren't concerned with the regular season. They're concerned with the postseason. They're trying to go back to back. So I'm gonna go with the Aces.
Yeah, man. Jewel Lloyd, she is dealing with like a knee injury. I know Skylar Diggins. She's been around. They got a McKay, but that five that they got down in down in Las Vegas is deadly, man. With Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, it's just a tough team to beat, man. And they're the defending champions for a reason, though, man. And the reason why they struggled because they didn't have Chelsea Gray. This team went 6-6 when she was on the sidelines. Now that she's back and fully healthy, it's gonna be a huge problem, man. And I'm taking Las Vegas, but I'm gonna say 2-1 Las Vegas though. I think this is gonna be one of the best
Okay.
series in the first round. So I'm going 2-1 Las Vegas. All
Okay,
right,
so
so
based
we're
on what
gonna
you
let's move on over to the second.
no, you
Go
got,
ahead.
I was
What
gonna
you
say
say?
based on what you said. I said based on what you said, you got a different matchup than me in the second round. So I want to hear, we're gonna get to it. You heard me?
Okay, let's go to the second round. So you got no, I didn't hear you.
I said you have a different second round than me, so we're gonna get to the second round.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get
So
it.
we
Let's
got
get
the
it.
one. So we got the one and
The
so
five. It's Liberty versus Aces in the second round. Both of us have the same matchup.
okay, 1 and 5. Who you
I,
got?
I, I mean, 1-4. I'm sorry, 1-4. 1-4. Liberty versus Aces. A lot of people, for those that don't know, I know last year they met in the finals, but now the WNBA picks the best 8 teams to make the playoffs, and this would be a semifinal matchup where you get the
Jesus.
Aces versus the Liberty. I got the Liberty
Mm-mm-mm.
beating the Aces this time. I think it goes 5 games, but I got the Liberty.
I'm taking the aces in this one.
Okay,
I
okay,
think it would.
okay.
I think it's gonna go 5 games though, man. Just too much power, man. Too much depth, man. And this is gonna be a slugfest, though. This is my WNBA finals right here. This matchup.
Ah,
It just doesn't seem right though, man. Like you got the Liberty and the Aces playing in the semifinals.
yes.
That's like freaking seeing Georgia and Ohio State playing in the semifinals in the playoffs this season. Like that just doesn't seem right, but obviously this is where we're at. But I'm taking the Aces though. The veteran leadership, they've won it last year. And I want to see that back to back, man. So I'm going with the Aces.
I honestly think that more sports should adopt this style of play. The top 8 seeds, regardless of the conference, and that's how it is. They should see them like that, or top whatever seeds, and put them just like that. There's no this side, that side, because you kind of hopefully that you get the 2 best teams at the end based on the regular season. But that's neither here nor there.
All right, so we got the next one is the we got the two,
I got the
two.
Sun versus the Lynx. You got the Lynx versus the Fever.
All right, who you got?
I got the Sun in a 4 game
The
win. Eh,
Sun.
The Sun will beat the Lynx. The Sun will beat the Lynx. The Lynx have had an incredible season. I'm not sitting there saying that they can't win it because I just said they're up there. They're one of those teams. But I think that when the smoke clears, the Sun are on a mission. I like the trade right before the basically trade deadline, and you add a Marina Mabry to that roster already. If you remember, the Sun got off to the hottest streak at the beginning of the season. I think the Sun are starting to catch their wave again, and they're gonna get hot, and they're gonna win this series in 4 games. It won't even go 5 games. The Sun take out the Lynx.
Wow. Okay. Um, I got the Fever versus the Lynx. I'm taking the Lynx in this one. Um, I think this will be. I got him in 3-2. The Lynx 3-2 in this one. Um,
Ah, you really like the Fever, bro. I think you might. I'm about to. I know I'm gonna get you for Christmas. I got something for you, bro. I got something for you for Christmas.
I just like their chances though, man. You got Kelsey Mitchell who could score at will, who could
That's a
shoot the
fact.
three. We all know what Caitlin Clark could do, so I'm not even gonna tell you how a much of an impact Caitlin Clark has. And then you have a Leah Boston with her inside game also, and she could shoot the mid range perimeter jump shot. I think her defense is underrated also. But I think the Lakes, man, I think this is their time to show them that, like, hey, we tired of you guys talking about we tired of you guys talking about the aces and the liberties every single year. It's our turn, and a lot of people feel like this team could never make it to the NBA finals since that Maya Moore era. Now Maya Moore's gone. The Lynx is here, man, and they got the star power to do it. And I think they could knock out the Sun, though, man. No, not the Sun. I mean, I think they will knock out the Fever, though. I just think the veteran leadership will be a huge factor in this game, and they just they're just destined to be there. And I think the Fever they're just happy to be there. Like the Lynx, they're not just happy to be there. They trying to win the whole thing. So that's a huge difference between those two teams. So I got the Lynx the Lynx and the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA finals.
Hey, do your thing, big dog. You the man.
So
All
who's
right.
winning it?
Dang, this was tough, bro. I know you might be like XU Wildin', but man, Sun versus Liberty. Everything in me wants to pick the Sun to win this championship, just because I just really like their roster. I just think they had this, you know, this chip on their shoulder, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Liberty, when the smoke clears, they have the biggest chip on their shoulder. They'll get it, I'll say, in 5 games. They lost last year in the finals. They lost the Commissioner's Cup this year. They finally get the dub. I got the Liberty winning the WNBA finals this year. And I'll say Stewie is the MVP.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, man, I'm taking the Las Vegas Aces to win the WNBA title.
Oh,
It's just too much though, man. Um, Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum. They got the rookie that people don't talk about, Kate Martin.
yep.
It's just too much though, man. Because this team could beat you in different ways. I know they're gonna focus a lot on Asia Wilson, and it's tough to guard Asia Wilson though, man. Like I don't know what type of game plan you have, because you cannot double her because the other three individuals they're gonna hurt you, man. This is like a death lineup anybody could face, man. I've never seen a WNBA lineup with their starting five what the Las Vegas Aces have right now. I've been watching
I'm not mad at
WNBA
that. I'm not mad at
for a
that.
minute, man, but this is a death lineup people are going up against, man. this is gonna be a tough team to beat. Like they are clearly my favorites. They're healthy now.
I thought you said the Aces wasn't a favorite to
I
start
mean,
the show.
they're my favorites to win the. They're my favorites when it's all between them two. I'm talking about between
Okay.
them two, but like if you're talking about the whole board, yeah, then they're not. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough team to beat, man, and they're gonna show you why they're the defending champions. I got the Aces 3-1.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
links. Okay. I think you should put a little graph together. Keo picks the Aces, X picks the Liberty, and who you got winning the WNBA thing. And we'll put it on the TikTok page and we'll
Oh,
let people decide.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We could definitely do that. Oh,
Okay.
who's your Finals MVP?
Brianna Stewart. Stewie for sure.
Oh, I'm going to Asia Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I mean, I think if those two teams win, I think that you pretty. I mean, Aneskis could win it. Jacqueline Jones could win it. Of course, Jackie Young. Like you said, the Aces have a bunch of talent. We understand that. So there's other people that can win it. But I think if you really had to be a betting person, Stewie's gonna win it if the Liberty win, and Asia's gonna win it if the Aces win. Just like Collier will win if the Lynx win it. If the Sun win it. I think, oh, that would be tough because you have a lot of players that can win it over there. I think I would probably lean towards the Wnba because of her scoring ability. But it could be anybody. Thomas, Carrington, Mabry, maybe if she gets hot. I don't know. But I think those two teams will pretty much know who wins the MVP if they win a championship.
Yeah, man. So with this, because I still can't believe the Aces and freaking Liberty are going to be playing in possibly in the semifinals. I just can't believe that at all, man. This is a finals matchup to me. Um, I think whoever wins between the Liberty and Aces is gonna win that title.
Okay. Okay.
I think that star power is gonna come into play, but really like the Lynx though this year though, man. I like what they've been doing this season.
And I'm rooting for the Sun. I hope the Sun win the whole thing. I like their team. I really like their team. I think maybe it fits more with them than she did with the Sky.
Okay, cool. Well, with that being said, man, we just give you a quick recap of the WNBA playoffs that already kicked off today, and we'll be keeping you guys updated as see how the series goes. But with that
Yeah.
being said, go ahead,
Next
say
time
what
you
you.
next time you need to bring Yvonne on here, man. I know how much he loves women's sports, man. Big supporter. Shout out to my brother, man.
But yeah, man, we'll see what happens as the postseason continues. But with that being said, let's wrap things up and go to our shout outs.
Well, I'll go first. Shout out to my brother Keo, man. Shout out to everybody at MBS. Man. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to our brand on YouTube. Numbers are steadily going up, and we have a lot of content that we're putting out from women's basketball to NBA to NFL, sports in general, college football, sports in general, then of course battle rap, and then we have the Let's Talk About It show. So we constantly putting out good content for you. And then recently we started our TikTok page, and so far so good. Numbers have been
Mm-hmm.
out the gate with it. So definitely go, send us a request and we'll definitely get with you as far as that's concerned. But go Sun, but I think the Liberty get it.
I'll be rooting for the Fever, if anything.
I know you are. I know you are. I'm rooting for the Sky, but they're not in. Shout out to Angel
Ah,
Reese, man.
all right. Well, shout out to you. I'm glad we actually did this, man. I like doing some coverage on women's sports, WNBA playoffs. I think it's gonna be a really dope, though, man. I think it's gonna be possibly as good as the women's NCAA March Madness tournament. I think that's gonna be dope. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the TikTok channel, We're gonna have a lot of content for you guys moving forward. This Tuesday, the MBS show. So we'll see you guys this week. But with that being said, man, this is the WNBA playoffs predictions. We'll see you guys next time. We out.